Right, hello everyone, Vortex here coming at you with a brand new video, and I'm going to be showing you how you can jailbreak a PS4 in 2026. It's very straightforward. This is the easiest method on earth. There is one downside to it though, which I will just mention really quick, which is that if you currently got like a lot of things already on your PS4, like I don't know, games and other things, this method will unfortunately erase all that, because what we're essentially doing is restoring a backup which has the exploit in, and that will basically wipe the entire system. Now there is a way you can do it to an external hard drive that you'd use in your PS4, but there are a few prerequisites for that, and it is a little bit more difficult to do, and unfortunately I do not meet the prerequisites in order to be able to do it. So I'm not going to be doing that method today. I'll just mention quickly what the prerequisites are. It involves having an active PlayStation Network account already on the PS4, which I do not have. And you would also need a hard drive that is bigger than 256 gigabyte to use as external. So yeah, there's quite a bit of faff to that method. But anyway, enough rambling about that. Let's begin with this, the easier method. So as you can see, I've got a USB plugged in, and I'm about to format it as exFAT. The first step is just a simple USB stick. I've already formatted it, so I'm not going to do it again. As you can see, I've chosen exFAT as the file system. It must be that for the PS4 to read it, or FAT32, either way. I'm going to close that because that's done, and now we've got the three files here that we need. I'll just quickly show you where you get them from, and I'll put links to this in the description. So this is the view after free 2.0, and I have got this one, the view system backup. That's the one I've got. Okay, so you download that and extract it as which actually I haven't got that yet, so I will download that real quick. I'll save that in here. And while that's downloading, I'll show you the other things. And there's Goldhead. Now, again, I'll put a link to this as well, which you'll get from here. And this now has support for up to firmware 3.0. Now, my firmware is 12.52. I will just mention, to do any jailbreaking of any kind, it has to be, your firmware has to be below 13.02. Or it won't work, as there's no support for it as of yet. Anyway, to get this gold hen, you can donate an amount if you want, or you can just put 0 in, and then you can just press get now. Obviously I've already done that. And then the other thing, now this is optional, I'll just show you in there, the store R2PK, that is essentially a home brew store, so you would just grab this one here if you want that. Okay, so we've got everything there we need. So download finished. Not quite. Okay. Done. So I'm just going to go into there. I'll go into the view system backup folder. I just need this PS4 folder. I'm just going to drag that out here. And then I'm just going to highlight that one, that one, that one. I'm going to copy those and put them onto our USB stick. Okay, well, they'll probably pause the video even then I'll come back when this is done because it's going to take a couple of minutes. Right, okay, that's done. This gold.bin, we're just going to rename that to payload.bin. And then that's it, we're done with the PC. We can just eject that. Oh. Close out of it. Eject it. And then yeah, now we can move over to the PS4. Okay, so I'm just going to plug the USB stick in. Grab my controller. Alright, I already set this up once, I'm just going to do it again just to show you from the beginning. So, I'm going to go into settings. System, then backup and restore, and then restore PS4, and then it's picked that up from the USB, the View After Free 2.0 by View Team, select that, and restore. Yeah, it'll just give you a warning that it's going to wipe the system and it will not return to the current state. So yes. I'll just let it do its thing and it will restart. Okay, now it's doing preparing to restore, and then when the restoration is complete, the PS4 will automatically restart. Okay, almost there. Alright, so yeah, here we are, confirm, continue. Now you'll have this view user profile, which you wouldn't have had before. I know I already had it, but that's just because I already had the system, you know, done. Anyway, we'll go into that. Now, before we do anything else, just a couple of things I would recommend doing. So if we go into settings, as I have done, trying to remember where I go now. system, yes, automatic downloads. Now, make sure all these are unchecked. We don't want it to automatically update anything. Now, even with those unchecked, there is a chance it might automatically update the view after thing, which is what we don't want. So, I'll explain how to get around that. Yeah, because I'm talking about this thing. When you connect it to the network, if you see it starting to update, you just have to cancel the download as quick as you can and pray it doesn't update. But then there is a way to prevent that when setting up the network. So I'll explain that as I'm setting up the network connection. So we do setup connection, choose whichever method you're doing. I'm using Wi-Fi, then we do custom. Now, before I select the network and put in the password, what I would recommend you do is go into your router settings, onto your content filter options, and you need to block access to a certain URL, which I will put on screen in a moment. Yeah, so it's this URL here, guys, gs2.www.prod.dl.playstation.net, exactly as it is there. Type that exactly as it is. And that will block updates from happening on the PS4. So it won't accidentally update, so that's a great thing to have if you've got access to your router settings. The other thing you could do is to essentially use your phone as the hotspot, but turn off Wi-Fi and mobile data, so you're just essentially giving it a network connection and not an internet connection. Because we only need it for this first step. All we need is a network connection. We don't necessarily need an internet connection for this first step. But if you can block access to that URL on your router settings, that'll be ideal, because then you can have the internet access for when you start downloading homebrew apps and things like that, and it won't auto update the things we don't want it to. So anyway, that being said, let's connect to our router. I'll just do this and then I'll see you on the next screen. Okay, so it's connecting to it now, and yep, I already blocked that URL on my router settings. So you see, it's going to try and update it, but it won't. Yeah, it'll say cannot download because it's blocked. So that's good. So we want automatic IP address settings, do not specify for the DHCP hostname, manual DNS, and make sure the primary is set as that, 62.210.38.117, then go next. Keep that as automatic, do not use proxy server, and then test internet connection. Now, as long as the obtain IP address is successful, that's all we want. It doesn't matter about the internet connection, although it does say successful in this case. Everything else we don't need to worry about. But that's fine as is, so we can come out with that. Now to do the actual exploit. So we run this view after free. Just press update later. And just press OK to that, that'll pop up. Usually only once, but sometimes it can do it twice. Now we just run the jailbreak. And success. Now there is a chance it can fail, in which case you just need to reboot the console and just run the exploit again. So at this point, you can just press the PlayStation button to come out of that. And now, as you can see, we've got Gold Hen here. And there's also, in the settings, there's Gold Hen at the top as well. So anyway, if we go to it either way, go on debug settings, go on package installer, and then we can install this homebrew store. There we go, ready to use. So, where's this homebrew store? There it is. So I'll just quickly show you that. Update required, press OK to update the app. Well, that's fine, because this is, you know, the homebrew. It's not an official thing, so we can update that. That's all fine. Yeah, okay. And there's all sorts of things we can get in here. If we click on store apps, let's just have a scroll through. There's quite a number of useful things. Obviously, there's YouTube, there's RetroArch, Netflix, SNES stuff. Just, yeah, all sorts of good stuff. What's that? A random PS1 game. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's how you jailbreak your PS4. I will just quickly mention as well that it's not a permanent jailbreak if you power off your console completely. All you'll have to do, you won't lose anything, but you'll just have to run this thing again and just run the jailbreak again. That's all. And then you'll put it back as it is, and then you can run everything again, because when you reboot the console, like for example this homebrew store and anything else you've downloaded that was the jailbreak, it'll have a padlock on it and it won't let you open it, so you just need to run this and then you're good. Simple as that. Now we'll just go back in. Yeah, start application without updating it. Is it just attempted to update it again then, but because I've got the URL blocked, it's preventing that, which is what we want. Yeah, I'll just show you a couple of other things you can do in the payload menu. Now if you get in the fake sign-in thing popping up, which I didn't want, you can click this thing, the signing up in, which supposedly tricks the console into thinking it's signed into PlayStation Network when it's not. Now, for some reason I can't get that to work for me, but I've seen other people get it work, so I'm not going to press that. But yeah, that is something you can do. And then on config, you can set all this up so you can get it to just instantly run the jailbreak, so you don't have to, you know, open it and then press start jailbreak and all that lot. It'll just do it automatically, but you need to know which settings you want. So in my case, I would want auto pull, auto close, and then change that from auto detect to net control. The lapses for the older models, and you then choose auto lapse instead of auto pull. And then you can tick auto close to make it close itself when it's done, so it's not just hanging. But that being said, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to exit out with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That is how you jailbreak a PS4 in 2026. I do hope you found this video useful. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And guys, I'll see you all in the next one.